Hiya, Chris from UK Tool Reviews, and today we're going to unbox, set up and demo the latest offering from Philips Hue, which is the motion sensor. There you go. So let's have a little look, see what's in the box, see what it all looks like, and crack on and install them and set them up. So that's the box there. There we go. It says turns your Hue lights on and off automatically, integrated daylight sensor, and you can place it anywhere. There you go. And you can angle them and stick them on the ceiling and all sorts. My plan is to stick it on the ceiling in the hall and one in the landing, and then hopefully the lights will come on whenever you're going up to bed or down early hours in the morning. There you go. It says no wires, battery powered, and it requires the Hue bridge. So you need to ensure you've got your Hue bridge, which you can get in some of the setup packs, plus you can get them on their own as well, I believe for $49.99 from Amazon. There you go. It's got it runs on 2 AAAs and they're included. It picks people up for 5 meters, and it's got a 100-degree arc of detection. And there's the dimensions: 5.5 centimeters by 5.5 centimeters by 2.9. Right, let's go and have a look at these bad boys then. Always remember, if you're going to use a knife to open it, watch your fingers. And of course, watch what's inside. You don't want to hurt your sensor. As you can probably hear in the background, the parrots are here again. Faithful friends. Right, first thing out then, that is, looks like instructions. It's all different languages and things like that. This is things about the warranty and cautions and things like that, so it's rubbish, we don't want to know about that. What's this? This looks like maybe another set. Here we go. This is the installation instructions. There we go. And you can, it says you can sell it on the angle. So what you need to do, you can have them freestanding, it says. You can have them wall mounted or ceiling mounted. So if you're going to put it in the wall, you obviously need some sort of drill and I don't know if the screws are all included or what have you, but we'll see in a minute. So we'll find out what we need in a minute then. There we go. Raw plugs included there, look. That's the raw plugs, and you got the screws, and that looks like the fitting that goes onto the wall or onto the ceiling, and the sensor mounts onto that. So that's that one. Right, it looks like there's only one thing left, and that's the sensor itself. Oh, it's only small. There you go, and that's an empty box. There you go. As you can see from my hand, I've only got small hands myself, and that's tiny. There you go. So that's it there. So obviously that is where your, oh, it's magnetic. So that there is quite a strong magnet as well. So that there, the fitting, and that is magnetic. And it's a strong magnet. You can probably hear it. So that's quite cool. I didn't realise it was magnetic. So you've also got a little LED there, which gives you some sort of indication when it's detected you, what have you. That's the sensor there. It's very small. You've got a tiny little tab there, and that's for the battery, so when you go to use it, pull that one out. There's a, I don't know if you can see it, if it'll zoom in that far, but there's a little hole there and it says setup next to it. So that must be if you need to set it up, I don't know, maybe stick a pin in there or whatever, and it detects it and all that sort of stuff. We'll find out. There's one of them QR thingies to scan. So that's it. It's not much to show really. Very small. And in a second we'll set it up on the iPhone and let's see how easy it is to put on there. Right. There we go. Right, and here we go for the setup. So, you're also going to need your smartphone. So I'm using my my iPhone here. So it's that. Right, now the instructions are on the top there. So it says install your Hue motion sensor. So you open the Philips Hue app and then go to settings. So there we go. So I've gone to settings. It says go to accessory setup. So that's that one there. Tap the plus button. So here we go. Right, so we've got motion detector. Right. It's saying to remove the plastic strip sticking out the battery compartment. Check whether the orange LED on the front of the sensor is blinking. If not, press the setup button on the rear. And that's what we looked at earlier on. For 1 second. Searching can take up to 3 minutes. So, that's it there. Take that out. And we've got a blinking orange light. And it's blinking, so we've just pressed the blinking button. Blinking button, yeah, that's good. It looks like it's turned green now. Right, it says you successfully connected the Hue motion sensor. Please select a room where the sensor will be used. So we're going to use this particular one for the hall. Place the sensor so it covers the entrances of the room. Tips and tricks. Your sensor will be set up for hall with the following defaults. You can adjust these settings in the accessory setup. During the day, during the night, and when there's no motion for 15 minutes, the lights will first dim, then turn off. So, done. There you go, and you've got hall sensor, inactive, sufficient daylight. Right, so we don't need the, sorry, it won't activate quite just this moment because it's got active daylight. So maybe if we cover that. Motion detected, and the hall lights come on. That's quite cool. And then that's nice. Right, I think we're gonna have to play with the settings and things, because I'd like once it sort of detects you, I'd like it to turn on the living room, the kitchen, and the hall lights. So I'm pretty certain we can sort that out. I've got 2 motion sensors. You can see that's the second one, so I'm going to use that for the landing. I'm going to go get my drill and I'm going to go and stick it on the I think I'm going to mount this one on the ceiling. So when you come through the front door, come through at night, or you just finish work, whatever, you open the door and the lights will all come on. I think that's probably the best use for that one. And then hopefully if it's on the ceiling, it will get you coming out of the living room, so it will turn on the hall light, you know, and then you can go upstairs, and then the landing one should get you and turn that light on up there as well. So right, So that's all set up. That was very easy. I'm quite impressed with that. Thank you, Philips Hue, for not giving me too much stress. I'm going to go get my drill. I'm going to go and install these lights, and we'll hopefully find some sort of test that we can do with it. We didn't need to touch anything on the bridge this time, so that was quite cool. So you don't need to go near the bridge. So it's just set your motion sensor up, get your drill out, screw it to the wall, stick your motion sensor on there, and away you go, and then just tinker with the settings as you please. Right, next time you see me, I'm going to be putting this little thing there, little nugget thing, whatever it is, and that's very strong magnet on there. As you can see, it's pulling it down. So we're going to go and put that one on, and then that will be the haul done. Repeat the same for the landing, and then we'll play with it. We'll do a bit of demo. Right, catch you in a bit. Right, I've had a little look around, and I think the best place to stick the sensor, I think, will be right here. So it's sort of like halfway between the end of the hall and the start of the hall. The front door's there, kitchen here, and down there's the living room, and then obviously behind me is the stairs. So it should cover everything. So as you're walking down the stairs, it will detect your legs, switch your light on. You come through the front door, switch your light on, come out the kitchen. If the light's off, hopefully it'll switch your lights on, and then obviously if you're coming in or you're going out of the living room, that should activate it as well. So the ideal placement be around here somewhere. So I'm going to go and get the drill, and I'm going to fit it. Right, see you in a bit. There you go, that's that one fitted, all done, dusted. Next thing to do, I'm going to go and stick the one upstairs, up there in the landing, and then we're going to play around with it and see if we can get it to work during the day, see what it does. Right, see you in a bit. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm locating it. Right at the top of the landing, but a little bit inward, so it will detect anyone coming up the stairs and hopefully anyone in the actual on the landing itself. So that is the smoke and fire alarm. So I'm just going to put it about here. There we go. Quick and easy. It's only a tiny hole you need to drill. And now I'm going to screw on that bit. So obvious how it goes on, really, well, to me anyway. There you go, that bit there. Screw goes through it and comes out the flat bit there. So your screw head ends up countersunk, so it's not going to get in the way. Okay. One thing of note, because they're sort of rubber, the tighter you do it, you squash them in. So I'd just leave it a little bit loose if I were you, just so it keeps its sort of shape and form. Right, so I've set that one up already on the phone app before, just as easy as the first one. Now all we're going to do is simply just stick it up, and away we go. There we go. And that is the second motion sensor. So that's both the hallway and the landing now covered. And let's see what it detects and if it works. They're both set up on the system, so now it's purely what it can do, how far it can pick you up from, what angles and all that sort of stuff. So we're going to go and have a play then. Let's have a play with the settings, see what we can do. Right, so I've got two of these motion sensors. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get rid of one set of paperwork and keep the other. So there we go, like that. And there's two smaller screws that I haven't used, so I'll keep them as well, just in case in one of the boxes. Right, now let's set this up then. Right, so zoom in a little bit so you can see what's going on. Here we go. So it's called the hall sensor. We can change the name if we wanted to just by clicking into it, and then your alphabet comes up so you can type on it. Where? Right, so this where, this means, I'm assuming, which lights you want to come on at the same time. So this is the hall sensor. So I want all the downstairs lights to come on when the hall sensor is on. So we've got the hall, living room, and when I get the GU10s, I'll put the kitchen on as well. So that's all I want for this group for the minute, and it does say at the top, to ensure fast response of your lighting system, a maximum of 3 rooms can be selected. So that's that. There's no save button or anything, so you just go back then. When motion's detected. Right. Daytime at 0800 to 2300. Hall bright, living room bright. Right, so that's a daytime and night time. Right, and night time, when it comes on, it's going to set to night light. When there's no motion, we'll only have 2 minutes, I suppose, and then the hall and the living room will both turn off. There you go, daylight sensitivity. Right, now it's saying that at the moment the current measured daylight in the room will not trigger the lights. So there you go, it's about halfway, so that's quite cool. So I'm happy with that. Motion sensitivity, right. Now if you go into this one, by the looks of it, you can choose low, medium or high sensitivity, so you just walk around it and then it will tell you when it detects motion. So I'd probably start off on low and then work up to high. If it works on low, then you might as well put it on low, aren't you? But I'm just going to keep it on high for now, just for today's test. There you go, and that's delete. And then top right is save. So you save that. It's saying it's inactive, so that means it's got sufficient daylight there, so that's cool. Now let's have a look at the landing sensor. Landing sensor, yeah, we're happy with that. Where, right, we just want the landing to go on there. Don't want any more on that one at all. So we're motion detecting the day, it comes on to bright. Now I might, because of the kids, I'm gonna change that. Have a look. Right, I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to set night time to 7. That's when my little girl goes to sleep. So I'm going to have night time going from 1900, so that's 7 o'clock at night, and it will start again, it will go to daytime routine at 8. So from 1900 onwards, so if you get up in midnight for a wee, it's going to go on to night light, so it should pick you up and say, ah, righto, okay, he's going for a wee. It should come on for a couple of minutes. Oh yeah, we got to change that one. So after 2 minutes, switch off, and that's it. Daylight sensitivity, right. With the amount of daylight there at the minute, because it's quite dark up there, with the amount of daylight up there, it is going to trigger. So if we switch that down a little bit, that should do. Okay, right. We're just going to go into high still for that one. I'm not going to mess around with that for a minute. So that's that. Remember to press save, top right corner. There we go. Both are saying inactive, which is cool. I'm going to go up and I'm going to have a play with the oh, where are they? Where's it gone? I'm going to go and have a little play. I'm going to take the camera with me, and we're going to go and see what range it actually detects us at. So it's going to get a bit unstable here. I'll take the camera off and mount. Right. So hallway, and then we're going to go motion. Right, it's saying no motion detected. I'm just walking out now. It's got me. So that's just as I come out the living room door. Not very far at all. And there it is up there, green light saying it's got someone. It's still detecting motion now. So that's cool. Right. Now, let's go on to the landing. Right, so motion sensitive. Motion sensitivity. Let's see what it's saying. Right, no motion at the minute, and we're at the bottom of the stairs. So we're just walking up. So we're about halfway upstairs, and it's detected me. So that's in well enough time. So that's cool. Right. There we go. That is the installation of the motion sensor, Philips Hue motion sensors. I've found very easy to install. All it is one screw. So you're going to need a drill, or you could even just do it with a screwdriver and stick an hole through the ceiling wall. Or you will need a hammer drill if you're going to go through an actual wall itself. But I've just put it in the ceiling, so I'm quite happy. Mounts are magnetic, so you can, if you buy a few more mounts, you can chop and change, you can move them around if you like. Like I said, very easy. They both seem to work. The sensitivity is great. I think these are going to work absolutely perfect for me. And I've used it in a conjunction with iPhone 6s. That's mine there. And I've not had to touch the bridge at all, which is good. So that was it. You know, there isn't many instructions that come with the things there, and that's for a good reason, because there isn't really much to do. So thanks for watching. I believe these are something like 30 quid each, something like that. I think it's 36.99 or something on Amazon. If you want to buy any, Just have a look in my show more bit down the bottom there on YouTube, and I've got all the links to all these bits and bobs that I've used today, and it all goes to an Amazon page, and you can press buy or whatever, and I get a couple of quid back for pointing you in their direction. So that's it. Really easy. I'm really impressed with the Hue guys. Yet again, another brilliant product. That's what more can I say? Brilliant.